Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Survivor Series 2017 review on this Saturday night, November the 19th of 2017 from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. A couple weeks ago, the Survivor Series was not very hyped with a lot of matches that now a lot of people are looking forward to. Then the call went all topsy-turvy with some title changes and some last-minute additions that made the card a little more hype to try to match wits with NXT War Games, which was getting a lot more hype at the time. And now that both events are over, I think the verdict is in. The result remains the same. NXT was better. They just got more new guys over. Anyway, I was saying about Survivor Series. It was a decent card. You know, there was some entertaining moments. There was at least like 3 really good matches in there. As the brands won Smackdown. I had a Smackdown shirt, but I don't have it anymore, so I had a Raw shirt. So. Jockeying for position to be who was the dominant brand. And match we thought was not going to be a good match. Actually, decent was. The main champion versus champion match, which I'm surprised was not the main event, which I think could have been, especially after seeing what was main event last year. Last year, the traditional Survivor Series match should have been the main event last year. It was a better match than Lesnar and Goldberg. This year, I think Lesnar and AJ should have been main event over the traditional Survivor Series match because the traditional Survivor Series match was kind of a letdown. There was some good moments, but we have all the new guys take falls immediately and leave it all down to the old guys. And have kind of an old guy get the tip. Well, at least at the end of the day, even though yes, old reigns supreme, at least a new monster stood tall at the end. He won the war. Can we see a feud to make it? So I'll give this pay-per-view a 6.5. Deducts a few points for some sketchy moments in the main event with that convoluted, weird ending. So there you go. Now on with the beginning of the show, pre-show. Now heading into the pre-show, there was already only one announced match, which was Enzo and Kalisto for the Cruiserweight title, and we were like, wait a minute, it's a 2-hour pre-show. There's only one match for 2 fucking hours? It's gonna be blah 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 with a match in the middle? Just one? Well, there were 2 matches added. A Smackdown match and another Raw pre-match. First match was a Raw one. There was Elias taking on Matt Hardy. Missed opportunity WWE. Now it was Rusev not on the card at all. Then he make an appearance. But you missed a huge opportunity by having Aiden English come out and confront the other singing gimmick of WWE. You had a big opportunity with both brands on the same show. You did not have Aiden English and Rusev collide with each other in some way, shape, or form. Or Aiden English and Elias collide in any way, shape, or form. And you know what happens? WWE. You know what happens when you miss the big opportunity to have 2 singing gimmicks collide with each other, whether in a ring or in a backstage segment? You know what happens when there's an opportunity missed like that, WWE? You just made the list! You just made the list! Big opportunity missed. But with that opportunity aside, speaking of missed opportunities, they had a huge opportunity to turn Matt Hardy broken. He is trying to apply it still, but is it too little too late to finally get it? Because all his momentum's over. You know, he had a huge opportunity when he came back with Matt, came back with Jeff to bring back the booking gimmick, but the legal problems hampered them, and Jeff Hardy got hurt, and Matt's not been used a lot. I haven't seen him on television in months. Only been doing main events and dog matches. That was kind of sad. And the arena was half empty. Wasn't even Matt Hardy in pre-show matches where it's half empty, like what happened at SummerSlam. Anywho, despite Matt's best efforts to come back to life, including a killer side effect of the apron, and did some big moves, trying to go for a twist of fate a couple times, Matt would eventually drift away to Elias. He went to that move. Elias did. Call him Silas sometimes. I get Elias and Silas young confused. And Elias got the victory. 2.0 for this one. You know, it was last minute. There was no heat to it. And Elias needs a more stable feud. You know, Elias has one of the best gimmicks going. Looks a lot better being watched in NXT. Been saying that a lot on my videos lately. And he's got a lot of heat on him. But he's been placing like silly feuds lately with Jason Jordan. So he needs a more stable and more viable feud. So there you go. Now on to the announced match for the pre-show. Another one match. The only title match on the card. It was relegated to the pre-show. Enzo Amore defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Kalisto. No Drew Gulak in ringside. Another missed opportunity there to have Gulak on the show. Got Gulak with the best part by intro character now. After another little drawn promo from Enzo, Kalisto came out. These a little match. Yeah, I had a little problems with the stream of the network tonight, but I made it through. I've had no, like, my network stream, I Chromecast my network, and there was a few problems doing, especially during like women's match and some other matches that we do it. But all in all, it was a decent stream. NXT was way better stream last night. And much better show. Anyway, these little matches between these guys, you know, for being allowed in the pre-show. Clint's gave me the high-flying loop-chop moves. But Enzo came back with some big moves of his own. Some moves against the apron. So battling cold-like symptoms the last few days, but battling it. You know, survived last night. NXT had barely survived tonight. Especially how long it's still 6 hours. 3 hour pre-show and a 4 hour main show. So Cleese will come back with some big moves after Enzo came in alive. He even tried his Luna Del Sol once. Couple times, really. Despite Cleese's much efforts to try to get back the title, you know, like I said, numerous attempts at his finisher. The finisher nailed was John Dunzo by Enzo Amore. And yes, he is still the Cruiserweight Champion. 2.5 for this one. I wanted Kalisto to win, but I knew they can't get off the Zoe train now. He's the only thing that's getting the Cruiserweights over. So, there you go. Money on the Zoe train. Rolls on. Chugga chugga choo choo. Now on to last match of the pre-show. Another last-minute addition from Smackdown. We have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn receiving the punishment for what happened during the European tour, being relegated to the pre-show against BREEZANGO. Nice to see them finally wrestle for the first time in months instead of being relegated inside their Fashion Files bubble. Nice to see them actually wrestle. So the crowd was already filling in more. I think it was more people than NXT, sadly. Anywho, despite BREEZANGO's best efforts, and great fire double teaming moves. Great moves from both individually as well. KO and Sami was trying to wipe their wall for not being involved in the Survivor Series team for SmackDown because of Shimmy Man's propaganda. But then Sami Zayn and a big DDT from Fandango. If Fandango was going for a big elbow, Owens would trip him up. And Sami would roll out before Owens would get back in the tag and get the Papa Powerbomb and the victory for him and Sami. 2.3 for this one. Nice to see Breezango on the card. Nice to see him wrestle at all. So, there you go. And Sami and KO getting the punishment. At least they get the victory. In a decent little pre-show match. At least Sami and KO got over here. Now on with the main program. We would kick things off with the Shield against the New Day. This probably one of the top matches of the night in many people's eyes. This was a match that was made less than a week ago. A match that we didn't think was going to happen. We thought we were going to see Usos against the Shield's Wellington and Ambrose, but then the New Day screwed over Wellington and Ambrose on Raw a couple weeks back in Manchester, playing the scenes for this possibly match to happen. I called it. I think a lot of people called it when the New Day got involved. And Happy Woman was not on Team Raw like many people expected, and we led to this match. And this was a fun one. This was a very entertaining match. Once again, New Day has been relegated to opening pay-per-views for a while. Hey, they opened up the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in Detroit, which I was at against the Usos. Great Hell in a Cell match to begin that. And great match to begin here. So many great spots in this match. Big E spear, the knee ambush. Holy shit, that was probably one of the vicious spears I've seen from him. And his spears through the middle are always sick looking. And that's probably one of the sickest looking. Great isolation from both teams, especially early on. With New Day isolating the ambush for a bit. Wild's got involved. Yeah, Wayne's got a little bit of booze. You know, there was some woman suck shit. I did hear one fan was trying to control and hijack the pay-per-view. Thank God his plan didn't go to plan. Put like some sort of flyer on Twitter about what to do during the Shield New Day match for turning your backs on women and telling kids why woman sucks. Thank God none of that happened unless it was reported, but it wasn't reported. There was a lot of false finishes. We had, the Shield trying to do a triple powerbomb a couple times. Woman did a Superman punch to Xavier. And one of my favorite spots, there were so many great spots. At one point, it was the double splash from the top with Kofi on top of Big E. I think it was Xavier had Big E on top of him. And then I think it was Kofi on top of... I'm getting confused. Big E was on top of Kofi. And Xavier leapfrog over Big E up the top rope and splash on the Dean Ambrose. And then Kofi let Big E go for a splash. That was a good spot there. And then there was a double midnight hour to both Seth and Dean. That was sick. And there was so many false finishes. It was so exciting. Great match to open up the card. Despite the New Day's best efforts to reign supreme, the Shield came back alive. We had the Dirty Deeds delivered on the floor one time. Then we had the knee trigger from Rollins, and of course the triple power bomb to Kofi off the top rope. That was a sick triple power bomb. They tried it once and failed. The second time they did it was off the top rope. That was awesome in the victory for the Shield. 4.0 for this one. I'll give it 4. Yeah, I'll give it 4.2. I'll give 4.3 for this one. Fun match to open up the show with. Got the crowd going with two of the most dominant triple factions. And it was the 5th anniversary of the Shield's debut. We finally get a Shield reunion pay-per-view match after it got a Y at TLC. So you got to see all 3 members of the Shield tonight on pay-per-view. At the pay-per-view they debuted at Survivor Series 5 years ago. So fun match. Both teams got over good. New Day applauded Shield on Twitter. But the Shield got the big win for Wall early. They had a scoreboard thing. Once you bring up the scoreboard thing, you think of how the pay-per-view was going to go. Especially how the way the matches went in the early going. So Wall was up after a fun opener. Some great spots. Too many to name. Now on with our next affair. The first of our 2 traditional Survivor Series matches. It was the women match with Team Wall, captained by Alicia Fox alongside Asuka, Alicia, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Nia Jax. Looking fierce tonight with her braided up hair. Taking on Team Blue, Smackdown, captained by Becky Lynch, alongside Natalya, replacing Charlotte after she became the new Smackdown Women's Champion. Tamina with a new theme. Naomi and Carmella, Miss Money in the Bank. Of course, without Ellsworth, we got released over the weekend. He had a great one, though. Question is or not, he's done more for an indie guy in a year than anyone's had in a single career for indie people. Had a heck of a year in WWE. Went from being a jobber to being a mid-card guy and being with Carmella. It's sad she'll cash in Money in the Bank with Donna whenever that opportunity arises. Anywho, we began with a very shocking elimination early, but Becky Lynch getting taken out early by Bayley after a little distraction from Alicia Fox. Like Fox got taken out early. The 2 captains started, Lynch and Fox. After Lynch got rolling early, including a big suplex to Fox, Bayley got a tag in and rolled up Becky surprisingly and eliminated her. Very shocking to see Becky out early in the team after SmackDown. Taken out that early. But then Tamina looked kind of fierce tonight. She looked dominant early on as she got tagged in. Down some good shots too. So then SmackDown 2 work together trying to make it all even again. And Camilla and Bayley had a little competition. Of course, many of you know in the social medias, they all real life best friends. So they're going to collide a little bit. Sasha standing on the apron, seeing her best friend on screen, taken up by Carmella. Before Carmella would signal Nia Jax's Samoan heritage relative, probably, Tamina to deliver Superfly Splash from the top rope, eliminating Bayley. Making it even 4-on-4, but then Nia Jax got in. And the two big Samoan women got tangled up in a big brawl. People were cheering on Nia, especially after her stories about her walking out and coming back. After refusing to take another pinfall, lost to Sasha Banks in the TLC pre-show. They're balling outside. I was like, shit. We're going to get a double count out here? Well, we got a count out as Nia Jax got eliminated with a count out. At least, spoiler alert, it was the only screwy elimination of the evening. We had no other DQ count out in the other Survivor Series match. We always got DQ. Twice it wasn't. So after that, got a little wonky. A little botch here. I don't know what the fuck happened here. There's a little bit of confusion here. Alicia Fox and Naomi were brawling it out after Tamina tagged in Naomi with big moves. Naomi had Foxy a little move after a Rude Salt miss. And Naomi would roll up Fox, and the referee counted the, did he count? It was like a botch count. You know, Alicia Fox got counted out, but the referee actually counted 3. It was a little bit of confusion there, a little bit of a botch finish. But then Sasha Banks would come in to try to save the situation by putting Naomi in a bank statement, sending her out with a bank statement before tagging in Asuka. And Asuka, a lot of people were anxious about how Asuka was going to be booked in this match. You know what I mean? How she was going to be booked with, you know, undefeated streak on the line and not deserving to lose a match, let alone a Survivor Series match as her first major loss. You know, she would collide with Miss Money in the Bank and do a sick kick to Carmella with them goals cashing in tonight. That was the reason why I think Carmella did not cash in tonight during the Charlotte Alexa Bliss match. It made people expected because of that nasty kick that she got from Asuka, sending her out the door. Leaving. It was like it was down to 2 on 2 on each side. Natalya and Tamina on SmackDown, and Asuka and Sasha on Team Raw. But then as Asuka was celebrating, Sasha came in some big moves on Natalya was making changes before being locked up in the sharpshooter. And Banks would tap out to the sharpshooter, leaving Asuka all alone against the SmackDown women of Natalya and Tamina. So then, despite the best efforts from the SmackDown women, Tamina was trying to collide with Asuka for a bit before being caught in a submission hold from Asuka, tapping out before the former SmackDown Women's Champion Natalya. At least we didn't get a Nikki Bella attack as karma from last year's incident with Natalya filling in for Nikki Bella after she attacked her when she was team captain. Natalya got a little bit of holds before Asuka be put up in the sharpshooter. And Asuka would break out of it before countering into a knee bar, getting back up. Natalya missing a clothesline. A big nasty kick from Asuka would send Natalya into a submission hold, the Asuka lock, and the victory for Asuka and Team Raw. Storming over here for Asuka, getting a big pop, but in fact she's been used, roster thus far. I'm happy that not only did she not get eliminated at all, not get pinned, and not get DQ'd, but became the sole survivor. And having the odds be against her, being the only women left on Team Raw against the remaining women on Team SmackDown. This is the second year in a row that Team Raw has won the Women's Survivor Series match. They won it last year with the remaining survivors being Charlotte and Bayley. Now this year, it was Nia's friend. Asuka. Nia and Asuka had a little backstory. A lot of people did boo when Nia got eliminated. But they cheered a lot when Asuka became the sole survivor. 3.2. Easy match. Took away 3 points for kind of walking moment, especially the confusion in the Alicia Fox elimination. Kind of a botch there. So, there you go. Now, we begin the champion versus champion matches. First, the champion versus champion match that a lot of people were the least looking forward to. It was the Intercontinental Champion, Miz, accompanied with his Mr. taking on Baron Corbin, the U.S. Champion. Wall was up 2-0 at this point. SmackDown was desperately wanting to get on the board. And for this match, it was not that bad of an entertaining match. Of course, Mr. did get a bit involved, with Curtis Axel still selling his injuries from Braun Strowman not only wearing a neck brace, but a red one tonight. To symbolize Team Wall and his allegiance to Team Wall. So then, Corbin was eyeing Maurice. They exchanged bombs on social media, and Maurice was at ringside with minimal makeup on. Corbin got a little too close to Maurice at one point in the match, taunting on the outside before Miz would attack Corbin. Would have been against the on the outside. Decent match, better than many people expected. With Miz coming with his big moves, trying to capitalize on the Miz's distractions at various points of the matchup. But ate a couple big moves from Corbin, including his deep six. And Miz went for his big splashes and even tries the figure four at one point onto the big man. But then after another distraction from the Miz, Miz would eat an end of days but would kick out of it. And try to go for the 8 kicks after the first attempt at the end of days was a non-success for Corbin. But then after those 8 kicks, Corbin would come back with another end of days. They got it, connected it, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, wow, I'm stunned. I thought Miz was going to win this thing, but Baron Corbin got the victory and got Smackdown on the board in a decent little matchup. Like I said, very surprised to see Corbin get the victory here. Stunned a lot of people, but hey, in this state, SmackDown needed to win to get on the scoreboard with this bracket storyline gimmick. So they go 3.5 for this one. Actually, you give 3.3. No, I think that's what you get women's match. Give women's match 3.2, and I'll give the IC US Champion for match 3.5. I've been battling this little illness, so I kind of dozed off a little this matchup. But I saw what I saw, and it was not bad as many people expected. So, there you go. I'm very interested to see where both guys go from here. Corbin's done with his feud with Sin Cara. And Miz, I think, got done with his recent feud. Got a little mini feud with Strowman, so who's next for both guys? We shall see. So with that, SmackDown wanted to get the tie. And we had an opportunity in the second best match of the night in many people's eyes. The champion vs. champion tag team. We would have the Bar from Wall, Sheamus and Zayn, taking on the Usos from SmackDown. This was another fun match. Both teams 11. A lot of people thought they should have left it all on the floor. They left a little bit there. Didn't use all their energy in that match, but it was still a fun, entertaining affair. Great spots from both teams. Great double teams. We did see us all do the swing for the first time in a long time. Need to mention that. We had like the counter cross. I think we had like a little botch at one point, but they recovered with another little double team. Iris curse backbreaker double team. That was cool. Super kicks. I want to kill Byron Saxton when Usos are doing the super kicks near toward the end of the match, doing super kick party. Byron Saxton, Young Bucks call it. They want their catchphrase back. In this back. Too sweet. Too sweet. Anywho, after a hard-hitting affair for both teams, Sheamus and his all thought they had it in the bag. Had to lose some vicious double team, but then, like I said, the nasty super kicks. And Sheamus got in there. Cesaro got some big super kicks before the super fly splash from the top rope on to Sheamus from Jimmy at the attack from Jay and the victory for the Usos. 3.8 for this one. You know what? After seeing the main event tonight, I was gonna rate the main event a high, but I'm gonna deduct a few points for some things I'll explain later. So give this match a 4.0. I give the Uso match 4.0 and the New Day Shield match 4.2. Two best matches of the night. So fun matches from these tag teams. My tag team division is unlocked. And some of the best matches on the card are tag matches. This proved it tonight. A 6-man tag and a regular 2-on-2. And Usos proved they are a hell of a team. I love the ball and how far they come in the last of the year from being a forced team to becoming a powerful team. At the end of the day, the Usos got it done and took the ball to the Uso penitentiary after doing a little ball-like pummel at the beginning of that match. So, fun match to begin here. With Smackdown evening up the odds with this tie on ties, with a tie being broken with the women's match. Champion versus champion. We're going to have Charlotte, Smackdown Women's Champion, the new Smackdown Women's Champion, taking on Alexa Bliss. This was a decent match. There was some flubs in there. It was a little sloppy in there. I think Alexa missed the move. But it's like little flubs and all. Both women did a good job here. Bliss looked pretty good. Probably one of the best efforts in ring roster. She held the home against Charlotte. Not just in ability. She had lack of ability. And of course, the height advantage to Charlotte too. Charlotte's very tall. She's about at least 6'11" or 6 something. And of course, as you know, Goddess Blissy is 5 feet of fury. And she did bring it. Inexperienced, be damned. She did pretty well. Holding Charlotte down a little bit. Even countering out of Charlotte's numerous moonsault attempts a couple times, including a crash and burn. Even Bliss tried a whole little splash. The Twisted Bliss with a block from Charlotte. And both tried to nail their non-submission finishers. With Charlotte delaying natural selection at one point, and Bliss kicked out of that. And we had Bliss delivering the Bliss DDT that had Charlotte kick out. I thought she would get to the rope, but she kicked out of it. So, the botch was the code red. Bliss was trying to do like a code red. She botched it the first time. Charlotte would recover and make up for it, and then Bliss would nail the code red. There was a little botch there, but they didn't recover from that botch. That was the botch that they did. And both women tried to beat the crap out of each other, and Bliss tried everything to put Charlotte down, and she was frustrated at the end. And the frustration got the best of her. She ate a spear and got put up in the figure 4, putting up into the figure 8. And the victory for Charlotte. I love Bliss, but you're not going to have Charlotte win the women's title on SmackDown and lose immediately to Bliss. And there was a little fact here. Charlotte became the second woman ever to be both Raw and SmackDown Women's Champions. Bliss being the first. So it's a little interesting fact added on to this match after Charlotte got the victory over Natalya to make this match into what it was. Making it more interesting with that factoid. And Charlotte is now kind of a grand slam. She's the first woman to be NXT Women's Champion, the Divas Champion, Raw Women's and SmackDown Women's title holder. So 3.3. Stuck a few points for some botches. It was a little bit slow and sloppy, but both women did the best with what they had. Both women matches tonight were sloppy at best, but they put up a decent effort nonetheless. Especially Bliss looking good against Charlotte, but the Queen overtook the Goddess tonight. With SmackDown up by 1, and with one of the matches before the traditional Survivor Series match, we knew Raw had to go for the time. It would lead to our next matchup, the matchup that had a lot more intrigue and a lot of worry about how bad the match was going to be. And how lazy one opponent was going to be. And I'm happy, not at the same time, about this match not being a main event. I kind of bitch about Lesnar being a main event at pay-per-views. So I'm happy he was a main event tonight. It was him taking on AJ Styles, Universal Champion, against the WWE Champion. Happy it wasn't Jinder and Lesnar, would have been a bigger beatdown. But it felt like another Lesnar beatdown in the early going. We were like, worst fears about Lesnar being lazy and not allowing AJ to get over and get some moves on him and being disappointing like all of Lesnar's other one-on-one matches this year, besides him and Goldberg at Mania 33. Matches against Strowman and Joe were lackluster. Especially the one against Strowman was a huge letdown after all the build. So we're hoping this wasn't the same, and it felt like it because AJ got his ass kicked for the first few moments of the match, getting about 2 German suplexes. Had a little bit of fury there, but was dominating the first half of the matchup. But then it got exciting with AJ being allowed to fight, and this was not bad of a match for being a Lesnar match. It wasn't that bad because Lesnar let the other guy get some moves on him. After beating up on him in the early half, AJ got the big splashes of big kicks, including a nasty pay leg kick. He got Lesnar in the calf crusher at one point. It is probably a funny spot. Lesnar got out of the calf crusher by just smashing AJ's head like a basketball to break off it. That was a cool little fun spot there. They break off at that hold. And Styles did try a Styles Clash, but there was no fucking chance in hell of Lesnar being put in the Styles Clash. When he got the 450 in, and a phenomenal form, and all that cannot take the beast down. It got very exciting for a moment. At least AJ got some moves in. And had Lesnar kind of wrestle for once, instead of just taking him to Suplex City and get his check, and that's it. But despite AJ's best efforts, the inevitable happened. After AJ was trying for another phenomenal forearm, Lesnar caught him with the F5. One F5 it took to beat AJ Styles. In the victory for Lesnar. Yeah, another F5 to another one F5 and done. After only 5 suplexes. It wasn't a big suplex tonight. But it's kind of weird that Lesnar let Goldberg get over him at Mania. Should I say Survivor Series last year, yet he won't let AJ Styles beat him. But in a losing effort, AJ still looked good here. He put Lesnar, he did tread water. Brock did tread water at one point against the underdog AJ. When he was allowed to put some offense in. But we all feared inevitable, especially when we had this scoreboard gimmick and Ward needed the tie leading into the main event match. And Lesnar got the victory. 3.8 for this one. This was a better match than expected. At least AJ got some good shots in. Yeah, we all knew AJ was going to lose. But at least AJ did pretty well. And better than Braun and Lesnar. Didn't live up to the hype. It wasn't as big of a fight as we thought it was going to be. Lesnar and Strowman. Speaking of Strowman, he looked decent in this match. The main event match of the evening. We thought last year the traditional men's Survivor Series match should have been main event last year. And this year, the traditional men's Survivor Series match was main event this year. And it kind of was a letdown. After such a good start. Running one of the walkout moments early. We had, of course, Team Smackdown. Pilot of McMahon, Shinsuke Nakamura, John Cena, Randy Orton, and Bobby Roode. Taking on Team Wall. Captain by Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Triple H, Finn Balor, and Samoa Joe. We had walkout moments early. With a couple exchanges from Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor. That was awesome. Seeing a few minutes of Balor and Shinsuke wrestling. And it was a great exchange, including Shinsuke two-sweeting Finn's head, because they have history in not just NXT, but New Japan. The fans were chanting New Japan and NXT during that exchange. This is, of course, after Shane wanted to start. He got tossed his ass around by Strowman before immediately tagging in Orton. And Joe would collide for a bit before Balor and Shinsuke would get in. And they would collide for a bit. Too bad Joe and Nakamura didn't collide. They had a little history in NXT as well. I know Balor and Shinsuke only had that one match. But they had a good exchange. And then Nakamura and Triple H got involved for a bit. And then Roode and Triple H got involved in a brawl. Triple H against the would-be Triple H. I love the little exchange they did. Like, you know, Roode was doing his glorious pose when Triple H would counter, take him down for a bit, and then Triple H did the pose, and did the suck it, and then we did get the glorious like nice little exchange there. And then we saw Angle and Roode. The Bound for Glory main event of 2011 reprised itself for just a smidge of Angle and Roode. I always want to mention quickly, Roode and Triple H did similar spine busters to each other. That was a cool little exchange as well. And then, like I said, Angle and Roode would brawl for a bit. And then Triple H and Nakamura would collide again. And then Strowman would get tagged in by Angle. Strowman would take down Shinsuke Nakamura early with a running power slam. Wow, I'm amazed that Shinsuke was first. Shocking he was first. Little did we know about the new guys tonight. If you're under 35 and looked for an indie company or another company before WWE, it wasn't your night. Unless you're Strowman. That's the thing. If you're a new guy and looked for an indie company, it wasn't your night. If you're a new guy in WWE blood, it was good for you. Because Strowman would take over again. And he had the most eliminations tonight. As we would come in for a big move on Strowman. But then he got taken out with a power slam by Strowman. And it came down to Shane, Orton, and Cena. Basically, all the old guys were left after Nakamura and Roode were taken out. At least Strowman eliminated them. So that was a good part. Yes, some of the new guys were taken out. But hey, at least Strowman got them out. But later on, Strowman was taken out a little bit in the match as Shane was trying to go at him. Didn't want to be like last year. He got his ass kicked in last year's match. At least this year didn't get punished like he did last year's Survivor Series match. He was trying to take Strowman. They were pulling outside for a bit. And Strowman take up on the announce table, trying to put Shane through it. I think he was trying to put Shane in it. And then all of the members, including the returning Nakamura and Roode, all 5-person powerbomb Strowman through the announce table. So that was crazy. And then another 6-5 that was Shane and Joe off the top rope. With Joe delivering a nasty little suplex to Shane of the top. That was vicious. That was the only like kind of sick bump that Shane took. Unlike last year's sick bump. So that was cool there. And then after that, he was trying to put Shane in Kikita clutch. And then Shane was attacking John Cena. And trying to do the front knuckle shuffle. He did that. And then did an FU to Joe. But then Balor got off the top rope. He delivered a coup de grace to Cena. But then Cena got back up. FU Joe again. And eliminated Samoa Joe. Yes, the shovel was out. As the man, who's faster than Rey Mysterio, more powerful than a Big Show, and able to bury careers in a single bound, did it again. As Super Cena! No, a burial. Because Joe ate 2 FUs. Didn't just take 1 FU. He took 2 of them. So, there you go. At least Cena can get people over like he wants. When he wants. Like with Nakamura and SummerSlam. And AJ Styles last year. Blah, 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 blah. So, we came down to Shane and Cena and Orton on one side. Balor was still in there. And so was Strowman and Triple H and Angle. But then seeing Angle would lock up for a bit, reprising the first match Cena ever had in WWE. And then as Angle Cena was doing a little change, including an ankle lock at one point from Angle. And Cena escaping. Finn Balor would get attacking. And so would Randy Orton. Not, should I say. And well, this is I kind of got confused here. I guess I'm still coming from a cold, so I'm kind of loopy. So excuse me. We saw Angle slam from Angle, and this is where we saw Finn do the coup de grace to Cena, and then Angle slam again from Angle, and Cena got eliminated. I'm pissed that Finn didn't get the pin in this, but hey, the old guys didn't get over more than the new guys. New era, what new era? Anyway. But at least Finn got a little shine on Cena. That's when he did a coup de grace. Not after Joe got the afterwards from Cena. Balor did a coup de grace after the angle slam. So made a little error there. Little loopy. So after Cena, it came down to Shane and Orton on Team Smackdown. And then Orton, Balor would collide before Orton would eventually make Balor eat it on KO in the victory pin for Orton, eliminating Balor, leaving Triple H, Strowman, and Angle. And that's when all the new guys were eliminated, besides Strowman, who was still selling the powerbomb. But then he came back in and destroyed over the Money Power Slam, leaving Shane, the lone survivor, on the SmackDown side with 3 left. And we did see KO and Sami get involved in the match. We were hoping to get involved. And they did. And they did. But it was by Shane to not get DQ'd. He nailed him in a chair. But he did not get eliminated. So this is when Orton was still in the match. But it was still kind of cool to see Sami and Shane get involved. And they, in the end, they kind of did affect the match, even though they were only in it for just a little bit. And this is before Orton got eliminated. Orton was still legal, and that's when Sami and KO got involved, like we were hoping they would. So after Orton got out, and after the Shane and Kevin brouhaha, it came down, like I said, to Shane being the sole survivor left. He would collide with Triple H, brother-in-law against brother-in-law. They had a little stare down, but then, this really got kind of convoluted here. Triple H, there was some tension on Wall's team. There was some pushing and shoving throughout the match. Strowman and Joe got a little brawly. And Balor and Joe had a little argument. They had a little feud stemming from last week's match, which ended in no contest. But 2 weeks ago, should I say, prevailing Angle to put him in this match. We would see Triple H pedigree cut Angle. This one got silly. Pushing Shane on top of Angle. And eliminating Angle. It was like, is Triple H gone rogue here? Is he joining Team Smackdown? More aligned with his brother-in-law after all. So he held Shane up. But then as he was holding up Shane, he was like, fuck you, bam, pedigree Shane. So basically he sacrificed his captain to get the glory for himself. Triple H pedigree Shane and gets the victory for Team Wall. With him and more importantly, Braun fucking Strowman, the sole survivors. I'm happy Braun was on the winning side, but pissed he did not get the winning pin, despite the fact he eliminated the most people. 3. He eliminated Orton, Shinsuke, and Bobby Roode. So I'm pissed he did not get the winning pin. So they want to get young people over? Yeah, Survivor Series is when the old guys get over. Goldberg got over last year. And let's Triple H have the winning pin. And have all the new guys get eliminated besides Strowman. But as I said early on, even though Strowman did not get the winning pin in the battle, he did win the war. He was pissed that Triple H did what he did. Double cross cut Angle, or to get the glory for himself by pinning Shane after he sacrificed Angle. Strowman throttled Triple H, saying, if you ever play with me again, I'll make sure your game is over. And we're like, dang, he let him go. And we're like, is that it? Is he not going to do anything more? Technically, he did. A lot more. Not one, but 2 running power slams to Triple H to end the night. Strowman got over huge. We could see a Strowman Triple H feud out of this. There's some scene for some potential. We could see Balor and Joe continued, especially if they're a little competition tonight and during the match. And they need to settle it because, hey, the match 2 weeks ago was really good. It went to a no contest. So they're probably going to resume that feud and not have the sister Abigail return. But it kind of screws the fans over because they didn't bring it up at all when Bray Wyatt came back last week. Only to lose to Jason Jordan. And no Jason Jordan involvement. A lot of people expected a lot of elements to be involved in wild cards. Not just KO and Sami getting involved. but also Jason Jordan, who did not get involved. He was in a backstage interview, he got booed out the hell. So we did not see him at all. So I'll give this match a 3.6. Deduct the 3 points for these convoluted ending. And not getting new guys over and getting all the new guys cut out quickly. Balor was out, Joe out, Nakamura out. But at least it kept Strowman in. And also not having Strowman get the winning pin. It's kind of weird that all the new guys did well, but they didn't get winning pins. Balor did not eliminate Cena. No, he helped. Enzo be the one to pin Cena. Ugh. Strowman didn't get the pin on Shane. No, Triple H did. But at least he got laid out by Strowman later. Could lead to a very vengeful Triple H on Wall. So does this mean Kurt Angle's not fired? There was a little mini stipulation about Kurt Angle's job being on the line, and he's not fired yet. Because Wall won tonight. They won the overall brand battle, winning 4 matches to 3, winning the Shield New Day match, the Women's Survivor Series match, Brock and AJ, and the Men's Survivor Series matches. Last year, Raw and SmackDown split the traditional Survivor Series matches. Because I think, I think Team Raw won last year as well. When they had 3 Survivor Series matches, Raw won 2 out of 3. They won the women's. They won the men's. SmackDown did win the men's, actually. And Raw won the tag team. Raw won tag team and women's. But SmackDown won the men's. But this year, Raw won them all. Raw won both major traditional Survivor Series matches. And only won 1 of the champion versus champion matches. SmackDown won 3 out of 4 champion versus champion matches. So there you go. And if you do this again, don't have a 5-guy announce team. You have a 5-guy announce team. With, of course, Corey being neutral corner because he commentates both Raw and SmackDown. So thank you so much for watching the review and bearing with me. A little loopy, but hey, I made it through this weekend. And I will be ready for my Raw review tomorrow. So with that being said, final review, like I said, grade is 6.5. NXT was better. I will say it was an entertaining show, but some weird booking decisions, especially getting all the new guys not over. But at least had Strowman over in the end, but again, didn't get the winning pin. Still entertaining, but NXT was still better. Again. See what happens during one more weekend in January when this scenario happens. Once again, with that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. See you next time. Happy Thanksgiving week. Wow, I cannot believe it's this time again already. Bye-bye. Years flying by.